All right, I'm back. I'm going to try this one more time. I had a fly buzzing around my head. It was driving me crazy. Yeah, it was a great weekend. Had a great day. It was awesome. Great weekend overall. Got to do so much. Got to see so many people. Got over to Raphael's. Had a great meeting, as I told you guys about the other couple of days. We're getting together today, actually. We're going to follow up on our primary meeting, and we're going to continue moving the needle forward with what we've got to do. That we're going to talk about doing the video. We may even actually do the video today, which will be great. We're going to put that out. John Winstead and I, we already choreographed it. We put together the script. So I'm usually pretty good on the fly, as you guys can tell. I get this stuff together. I don't really keep notes most of the time. I just get a general idea of what it is that I want to say and what I want to communicate to you guys on any given day. So hopefully it comes across all right. I don't know if it does or not. But anyways, good morning, guys. It's great seeing you. So what happened over the weekend, a couple of things, now that we got the niceties out of the way. Nikki Keppel, her neighborhood in the city, what happened was they were attacked, and people are being attacked at different stores. They're being attacked in their neighborhoods. They're being attacked in their vehicles, on the roads, and I'm not seeing it a lot. Good morning, Lisa. I'm not seeing it a lot here in Cheektowaga. Cheektowaga police are, for all their ills and all their misgivings, they typically do a pretty good job of holding down holding the line on violence and crime. That's not to say that some of it doesn't happen. I don't know what the population here is in Cheektowaga. It's pretty high, so there is going to be some of that stuff. City of Buffalo, though, so many neighborhoods, and with everything going on with the defunding campaign and the attacks from everybody, every angle, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, other groups, other individuals of groups. Good morning, Penny. Good morning, John. This is their new effort, apparently. And what they're doing is they're going around to neighborhoods terrorizing people, and they're terrorizing people by, threatening them. And they're escalating a situation to begin with. And once the individuals start to respond or react, then what happens is they are videotaping them, portraying the incident as they are the victim. And we know that this is what they do because this is what Antifa and Black Lives Matter do all the time. We get these reports from police officers, law enforcement all over the place that these people will escalate a situation, they will initiate it, they are the protagonists with it. And what ends up happening is as soon as anybody responds, they immediately start videotaping. And then it looks like you're the one who's guilty. So if you see these people, Nikki Keppel, she did the right thing. She videotaped them from the very beginning. These criminals, these terrorists, that's what they did. And that's what we need to do with everything that we're fighting, guys. Videotape it and plaster it all over social media. Every single platform, everywhere that you can, so that people will see the truth. Because they know impression is everything. They know how to manipulate and sway and get anybody to believe whatever it is that they want. This fly is driving me crazy. He's just not getting out of here. Oh, he's dead when he is dead when this video is over. So we just need to at a park over didn't like me. Unbelievable. The things that people are calling, but anyways, and that's another thing. Law enforcement, they're not acting on Antifa, which has been designated a terrorist organization. They've been labeled a terrorist organization. So I don't know why, when they're attacking, that they're not being treated as such. And, Black Lives Matter, even Black Lives Matter, certain divisions of Black Lives Matter have been labeled terrorist organization. So why aren't they being acted upon? The central core of Black Lives Matter, like the idea, the concept, is good. It's a good one. I support it. As far as equal rights, civil, which there already are. Let's not even pretend. But and even to the point that certain ethnicities, all ethnicities, have more rights than white people, because there's affirmative action and hiring policies and, minority status where you have to bring people in, a certain percentage of people, which displaces a more qualified candidate in a lot of instances. And then there's a whole other lot of issues that go on with that. But, the equality, the premise with like criminal justice, I'll look at that, John. As far as the criminal justice goes, I don't know if there's a disparity or not even in that, but calling attention to how bad police officers can be, their abuse of power and the corruption that exists within their agencies, that was the positive, because that extends across all ethnicities, everybody. And, so that is a good fight. But what's happening now is that police officers, law enforcement, aren't even responding. Like when I went down to that Antifa rally, you guys saw that. There was like 6 officers, maybe 3 cars, and it was me. And I was surrounded by 100 people, 150 people. Nobody said or did anything as far as law enforcement. They were like, it's on him. Nobody was going to help me. Police never responded, assisted, nothing. And that's the same thing that's happening down in the city in these neighborhoods. And they know that. These people know that their crimes aren't being... Oh, this flies right here. I might be able to get it. Oh, he jumped anyways. So distracted. So and I have friends and family that are in law enforcement right now. And they're saying that they don't want to lose their jobs for going after somebody of a different ethnicity. They don't have, it's been laid down by their sergeants and their lieutenants and the chief of police and the mayor that said if it's a misdemeanor crime, let them go. So if you guys want to take a look at the list of what Class A misdemeanors extend into, they're letting them go with any of those things that they end up doing. It's sick. And, they're terrorizing neighborhoods, they're terrorizing law enforcement. Law enforcement doesn't want to do their jobs at this point because they're afraid they're going to lose their job. They're afraid they're going to be attacked. And now it's moving into the second phase where they're attacking innocent civilians who have nothing to do with anything. And that is the agenda, guys. That's the game plan for them. That's all written and foretold in every single manual that they have. Good morning, Roger. It's foretold in all of them. This is how we're going to do it. This is the process we're going to go down. So now they're going to terrorize us in stores, in neighborhoods. And it's not the entire group of that ethnicity. That's not the case at all, because most of Antifa is white. Most of the Black Lives Matter that's coming around here, they're white as well. So what do we do, Pete? I don't know. I don't know how to battle this, guys. The only thing that I can tell you is make sure you videotape, make sure you stand strong in your neighborhood. Nikki, what they did, she said they came out with chainsaws, 2x4s, they were beating people, they were kicking them, they were dragging them. And the police were there, standing there, watching, doing nothing. And then when you retaliate as the white person, you're going to be the one that's arrested. That's the way it's going down, guys. And then good luck, because now you're arrested and you've got it all on video. So now you're left and we know how the DA's office is. We know how corrupt they are. I have some friends that are in the DA's office and they're good, but so many members of the DA's office are completely and utterly corrupt leftists. And they will sign right along with everything they will go right along with everything that's happening right now. And you're going to get arrested. And you're going to have to pay for attorney's fees, a lot of it. And then you're going to have to hope, you don't get a rabid DA that's going to come out and, guns be blazing and, swinging and bringing everything they've got to your case, because if they do, then the judge is going to see it, and you got to hope you get a good judge. That's how bad it is now. It's not even the scales of justice anymore. There's none of that. It's what these people feel is right, what they feel are right, and what's wrong. That's the only thing dictating this. There are a lot of towns that still have good judges. Erie County does not have many good DAs. I know 2 DAs in Erie County that I feel I know well enough to say that they are both good. How many other DAs are in that department that are good? I don't know. I do know probably at least a half a dozen of those DAs that, not all of them have lied about me, but a couple, at least a handful of them have lied about me in court proceedings that I've had. I've watched them lie in open court, and they can't be prosecuted for their lies. That's not perjury when they do it. Or it is, technically, but good luck going after them. Nobody's going to believe you. So now when you retaliate, the officers are going to come after you and arrest you for retaliating, for protecting yourself. So how is that a good situation? Because now not only are you having neighborhoods and individuals terrorized when they're going out and fearful of going out, which is what they want. Now, if you retaliate or defend yourself, you're looking at being arrested yourself. So I got to give this some thought, because I really just kind of came. I wasn't even aware that this was happening, honestly. I thought all that stuff had kind of quieted down a little bit, but clearly it has not. So what I wanted to finish talking about today, because I didn't want to be on really, really long. Of course, we know August 22nd, 11 a.m. Over at Spot Coffee on Elmwood Avenue is the march or the protest for kids, pedophilia and sex trafficking. So put that on your calendar, guys. August 22nd, I believe that's a Saturday, 11 a.m. And that's Spot Coffee on Elmwood. Show up there if you can, for however long that you can. Put your signs together. Bring your American flag for sure. Probably Trump flag, leave that at home. Elmwood Village is, we all know how that is. But anyways, exactly. I know, Penny. It's crazy, but that's great, Lisa. Look forward to seeing you there. As far as me and my situation, I go into court this Thursday. I'm not sure exactly what time. And, I've got to appear in front of the judge at this point. So I'm going in without an attorney at this point, just because it's a lot of money for the attorney. And I'm just I've got a lot of other projects that I'm working on right now. So my attorney is very good. Jason DiPasquale is very, very good. But, $2,500, I could use it, apply that towards a lot of other things right now. So I'm going to go in and appear in front of court, and I'm going to see what they're going to say. Hopefully they're just going to drop the charges based on the fact that I haven't gone back to that store, based on the fact that I will present my side of the case, and let them know all the details of what happened there. And they're going to have a lot of witnesses, and I'm sure they got all kinds of witness testimonies saying that I did this and I did that. Now if that's the case, then I'm going to have to get an attorney, and I'm going to have to move forward with it, which sucks. But that's the way I'm going to proceed with that. So I'll keep you guys posted, on the developments with that if anything happens between now and Thursday. So I had a meeting with Ralph Galuzzi over at Raphael's, and we talked about what we're going to do with the restaurants. And I guess there's a class action suit. 9 bars did get together and are suing Cuomo for the lockdown measures and the inconsistencies in what they're doing. I guess also Cuomo is on the hot seat for targeting businesses that are defying him and going against him. So it's really, really sick what he's doing to people, based on them voicing, their constitutional right to voice their opinion on what's happening and how everything is being conducted. So he, Cuomo, we knew that he targeted the Village Inn for the FUCK-CUOMO on the list with where, they had to buy food to be able to drink there. And, he's been doing that with several other bars all across the state. And, I just want to tell you guys, when you think it's so big, it's really not. When you go, well, how is this guy doing that? Well, health department figures out what's going on at these bars in every single one of these towns, and there aren't that many bars, in restaurants. I mean, you look at it as a whole and you go, well, Pete, there are a ton, but when you break it down, they're not that many. The health department knows which ones are complying, and then they know which ones are a problem. So the ones that are a problem, they're targeting. And when they target those restaurants, it's very easy for them just to lie and say whatever it is that they want to say to, to meet their ends. And, good people are being shut down. And this is where Ralph and I and our group that we've got together here, that I'm going to meet again later today, we're figuring out how to attack them, how to go after the health department at this point, how to make sure that, they are going to be intimidated and shamed. And we're going to use every tactic that we can to make sure that we're stopping this wave of just insanity of attacking small business owners, small restaurant owners. So we got a whole plan. Ralph and I sat down, and Dorothy was there, and Julie was there, and John was there. So it was a great meeting. I couldn't stay too long. I didn't get much sleep Friday to Saturday, so I crashed out early. I went home Saturday night, and I was passed out. But a lot of good things are happening, but they have to happen quickly, guys. And I'm going to rely on you guys to make these things happen. I'm going to need you guys. I'm going to need your support. When I reach out to you on Facebook, network everything with all the group chats that you have. Network everything with the groups that you're a part of. Network everything with the individuals that you know are like-minded, because I'm going to put this call out where we're going to need to act, and I'm going to need the names, and we're going to need the phone numbers of as many people as we can get that are going to stand for freedom as patriots together to protect these restaurants, to protect small businesses, to stand up against and rise up against the health department so that they can no longer commit the actions and the criminal actions that they are and have been. So I'm going to know more after tonight. We're going to have the video tonight where we're going to do that. I got to figure out what I'm going to wear. I'm going to bring like a button shirt, and I don't even think I have a polo, but I'll bring my nicest polo. And then, or my nicest shirt that I have, my nicest t-shirt. We'll see which one appears better on camera, but we're going to do that. And when we release that video, guys, make sure you share that video everywhere. Share that with every restaurant owner that you know. Share that with every family member and loved one, a friend of somebody that you know that owns a restaurant. Put that out everywhere. We want to expose this. We want this information to be out there in front of the health department so that they know we're not going to lay down anymore and take this. We're going to be there whenever they are committing these crimes, these unconstitutional acts, these acts of terror, in my opinion. And we're going to make sure that these people are aware of what's going on and what their rights are. We're also going to make them aware of what Jim Mamigas did down in Lower New York with his case about employers not being able to force employees to wear muzzles. They can't do it. We're going to make them aware of the case down in New Jersey that happened and what they can do. Like, even if you want to turn these restaurants into customer-held businesses, just like the gyms. So these these individuals own this business, so it becomes a private business so that anybody could come in there to that business at any time. And the health department would have absolutely no authority or purview over that institution. We're going to look into that. We're going to look into and share all the information that's out there from Make America Free Again, all the cases, all the lawsuits that have been filed across the country and won. And we're going to get as many attorneys involved in every county and every city across the state, letting them know which cases have been won and that this is what they can do to try to approach it. Now, that's not to say that with the DAs that we have in this state and how so many are just leftists that want this communist rule, and that's how they approach their jobs. They're approaching their jobs politically, and that's not the way it ever was intended to be in the justice, in the judicial end of things. It was never meant to be political there, and it is. And judges are also extremely political at this point. So I'm going to keep you guys informed of all that information, but all I ask is this: invite as many like-minded friends. I've been accepting as many friend requests that have come in Keep sending people to our page. Send as many people as you can to our page that you feel are going to appreciate the content, but also these videos. So many people tell me the videos help them. It makes them feel better, but also it makes them understand their rights and that somebody is actually doing something and acting. And there are a lot of people that are acting right now. And what we're trying to do with freenewyorkstate.com, what we're going to do is we're going to centralize all of that stuff, and we're going to try to make sure one of the first things that we're going to do, one of the very important things to do, is we're going to figure out and determine all of the different groups, or as many of the different groups as we can right now that exist in our area specifically, and then we'll break it down probably by region, so that through Facebook and anything that maybe are recognized groups, chartered groups through the state, we're going to reach out to them. That includes Tea Party, Libertarian Party, all of them. We're going to reach out to everybody so that we can create this network of people that will be huge and have a huge voice and can come together. And we will have people that can show up to that business that is going to be shut down. We can show up to when the health department is there and they're intimidating and terrorizing a business and disrupting individuals' dinner that they came in for, with 2 officers that are armed, and them, screeching whatever it is that they're screeching. We want to be able to mobilize for any protest that is out there, anywhere, that we believe in. And we don't want hundreds anymore. We want thousands of people at each one of these protests. We want to show them that we are a force to be reckoned with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have our legislative end of things as well, where we will take a look at all of the new pieces of legislation that are put in front of Congress, state Congress here, at the county level as well, our city and town levels. We will take a look at every piece of legislation, review it, and put that up on Free New York State. If there's already forums that are doing that, then we're just going to partner with them. We're going to make our lives easier. Just like Make America Free Again, with all the legal tab that they have, with all the lawsuits that are out there, we're going to find which ones are relevant. We're going to kind of cull through everything so that we can post that, so you don't have to search. We'll do the searching. Just like with all of the groups that are out there, we'll do the searching and then we'll centralize everything. But, those are the things that we want to do. And then we want to make sure that we're reviewing political candidates or the politicians. We want to make sure we're reviewing all the politicians, all the work that they're doing, plus also all of the appointed officials, health department officials, parks department officials, that we are taking a look and exposing them for what they're doing. And then the final piece is ascending individuals to candidacy, to let them challenge these incumbents, candidates that we feel are good and are going to make a difference for all of us in our state and in our county and in our city and in our towns. So there's a lot of work, guys. You can see that. And we're going to need a lot of help. And I already have the plan and how to facilitate that and how to orchestrate that. If you buy into the system, if you buy into the plan, and we all work collectively and cohesively in a united way, in a unified front, we will make an impact and we will make a difference and we will take this state back. And I know a lot of people say war is coming. It's going to get violent. It's going to be bloodshed. We are doing everything. Make no mistake about it. We're prepared for that, without a doubt. We are prepared to do whatever we have to do to protect our families, to protect our friends, to protect our loved ones, to protect our neighborhoods, to protect our communities, to protect our towns, protect our state, our county. In the United States of America, we'll do whatever we have to do to stand up and protect at any point that we have to. Make no mistake about that. And it's not going to be with batons. And it's not going to be with pepper spray. We will be there to protect those that we care about, if it comes to that. We don't want it to come to that. Keep pushing, and it will come to that. I promise you. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to obtain this through peaceful measures. We're going to try to obtain this through peaceful ends, through civil disobedience, through protesting, the legal, the lawful way. This is what we're going to try and attempt to do. And we're going to log and we're going to chronicle all of this. We're going to start up local media. I need people, anybody who's a researcher. I got my list here, and there are even more capable researchers. Rich Stacy, Jill, Allison, all the names of the people who are incredible researchers. I'll break the book out tomorrow. But guys, I need you to take on local media, local news. And when you're ready to do that, please message me. And we're going to start and initiate all these local media outlets so that we can take on these towns. We can expose the towns. We can expose the schools. We can expose the police department. We can expose the judicial system in each one of these towns, the assessor's office, the inspector's office. We want to have this local media. This is a huge part of the plan, so that these people are held accountable, because right now these people aren't held accountable. Right now, nobody's going to report on it. They can do whatever they want at the local level, at the county level, inside a court, law enforcement, assessor's office, inspector's offices. They can do whatever they want to any one of us, and they do it all the time. I have story after story after story. I'm going to create the YouTube channel. As soon as I get the new phone, I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 hours a day where I'm doing individual YouTube channels with everything that I need to expose and the interviews that I'm going to have and reaching out. But if you are interested in taking on this local media, it's got to be volunteer for now. It has to be volunteer for now. It's going to be on a digital platform. We already have the pieces of the puzzle for people to take this on. But we need individuals that are patriots to do this. We have a plan to eventually have this to be money making. We sell advertisers, through the digital medium. We would, wear, articles of clothing, or we would have signs up in the background, with it, something that's very unintrusive and that it's not detracting from what the original intent is of the local media, which is just truth. We want to expose truth, and we want to hold these people accountable. We don't want them to be able to do things behind the curtain against people, individuals, every day, which is what they're doing. Every single day, they're doing something to somebody. Not just one person, hundreds of people, thousands of people in this area. Law enforcement they're victimizing people. Myself, I was victimized. I'm a victim of it this last time. I've been a victim of it my whole life. I'm not black. Maybe I am, I don't know. But we have, inspectors, all these different agencies that I just listed, terrorizing and and acting criminally against individuals, doing whatever they want, carte blanche, because nobody is paying attention to what they're doing. And we want these local media, we want our local media, which will be in each town. It's going to be broken down by town, and we'll have a few individuals, for however many individuals we end up determining on how many people we need, but we're going to have it set up consistently through each town so that we are making sure we're holding each other accountable. We're not biased either, that we're just reporting the facts. We're doing the interviews with the individuals who have been violated. And, ultimately, we want to hold these people accountable, let them know that they no longer have a free reign of terror over every single individual in the town. And now their numbers in each town are hundreds. That's it. Our numbers are tens of thousands in each town. So when you say, Pete, we can't take that on, it's so easy to take it on. We just haven't been organized. So there are a lot of things going on, but I'm going to need your help, guys. And that help comes from, like I said, getting people to invite them to the page, have them invite people to our page, watch this video that we're going to record tonight and probably release in the next couple of days. Release that to everybody you know, every friend you know that is with us, every restaurant owner, so that what we can do is then establish this restaurant coalition, because we're going to create this restaurant coalition, and that's going to be a model for every other business sector, that we create this coalition that's not a chamber of commerce or a restaurant coalition that's down in New York City that doesn't have your interests in mind and saving you. It's actually there. So health department wants to show up, we show up. What's the problem? Video camera right away, everything that they're doing. That's going to put a stop to 90% of all their lies. So if they want to continue with the lies, now we're going to have numbers of people at your restaurant that can be mobilized within 5-10 minutes. This is what we're trying, this is what we're aiming for. Are we going to be able to accomplish it? The only way we accomplish it, guys, we can put all the pieces of puzzle together, all the pieces of the puzzle together. The only way this is successful is if we make it successful. You have to work with us to make this successful. If you want this to happen, we're going to put all of the pieces of the puzzle in place for this to happen. We're going to make it happen, but we need you. If you're sitting behind the computer, not doing anything, but you keep saying, I want to do something, I'm giving you what we need to do. If you want to take it back, we're going to have the whole model in place for everything. But it's up to you. When we put the call to action, make sure it becomes as important to you as going to the bathroom in the morning, as eating breakfast in the morning. As important, not as your kids or maybe your husband, but a little less than that, but make sure it becomes a priority. Not one that disrupts your life, but one where you are like, I'm that volunteer firefighter, I need to show up to this call. That's the level, that's how pressing and important it has to be to you guys. It has to be that important, that you need and want and feel you have to show up. And when enough of us feel like we have to show up, we will make the difference. Because what's going to happen is we're going to stop them terrorizing our small businesses. We're going to stop the county health department. We're going to stop the county executive. We're going to stop the mayor. We're going to stop law enforcement doing what they're doing. We're going to stop all that stuff. And we're going to expose it all. And then what's going to happen is we are going to move that forward into legislation. We're going to get these laws, these bad laws and these bad orders removed. And then we're going to get politicians to sign oaths to their office. And the oaths are going to be, any law that goes against medical freedom, you're going to have to say yes or no. If you don't sign it or you say no, the hundreds of thousands of us instantly know what you are and what you stand for. And we will have a candidate that goes against you. And we will be protesting against you. And we will be putting that information out against you. We're going to use this model across the state. And we're going to use this model across the country so that people all across the country can fight in the same way, using the same similar resources, not having to reinvent the wheel, to use the same organized process and strategy to move forward with everything that they need to do. And I have all the ideas, guys. They're all written down. They're all in my head. It's committed to memory. I've had these things there forever. This is the time to do this. If you trust in me, if you believe in me, I will put it together with the team. Command Center is what I call them. They're amazing. Command Center is going to put it out there, but then what we're going to do is we're going to branch out. And we're going to branch out to other leaders. And we're going to need different people to put everything together into action. So I went a little longer than I wanted to today, but it was great seeing all of you. Enjoy your Monday. Another gorgeous day out there, sun shining, blue skies. Love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Enjoy your day. If anything happens later today, let me know. Post it on my Facebook page, post it to Messenger. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully it'll be fairly quiet. But if it does, I'll go back on. If it doesn't, then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day.